Pockets, and then she took it.
I'd like to call to order the January 14th meeting of the Shelby Township Planning Commission. I would ask the secretary to call the roll, please.
Mr. Dallo?
Here.
Ms. DeSico? Here. Ms. Boutros?
Here.
Mr. Turner?
Here.
Mr. Apone?
Here.
Mr. Flynn?
Here.
Chairman Moffett, we have a quorum.
Great, thank you. First item is approval of the agenda.
So move.
Support.
Moved and supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next is approval of the minutes from the December 10th meeting.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. This evening, we have a pretty light agenda. One site plan to review, the first being a submission from the Humane Society of Macomb. If I could have the petitioner representative come up, state your name and address, and let us know what you're proposing.
Hello, Roger Barrett Architects, 6435 Apple Orchard Lane, Rochester Hills, Michigan. Well, we're excited to be here this evening, and thank you for coming out on a cold January with a light agenda, so we appreciate it. I wanted to thank Glenn. He's been great to work with. I know reviewing plans and getting drawings in over the holidays is not the best time to do it, but we appreciate how quickly he was able to get to it to help us keep moving this forward. So today, I'm here on behalf of the Humane Society of Macomb to present a proposed addition and renovation of the existing facility. As many of you know, it's long overdue. This is a facility that has been around since 1965, and it's gone through a series of renovations, additions, changes, which over time has accumulated to a facility that is now difficult and outdated, especially for the health, welfare, and safety of the employees, visitors, and the animals themselves. So the Humane Society came to us about 6 to 8 months ago, asking us to really help modernize the facility. So we were tasked with coming up with a new floor plan, reorganizing the existing building, and then creating the addition off the front and the back. So that's what you see today, are the plans in front of you. We hope to move quickly with the process. The idea is to start construction mid to late spring, assuming the approvals go well and that we can get to the construction drawings and building permit phase of the project. One of the things we emphasized, if you could go to the site plan. I don't know if you can hear me. But on the site plan, what we've really focused on is moving a lot of the kennels and facilities to what would be the east side of the site, getting it away from the residential neighbors, making sure that we reduce the noise and sound that's encroaching potentially on the neighbors that have been living there for a while. With that said, Ken, who can't be here tonight, he is the director of the Humane Society, had a previous engagement and he wasn't able to reschedule. So he did submit a letter, which I think, Glenn, did you give it to everyone? Okay, so everyone has his letter. So what they did about a week and a half ago, as he stated in the letter, is they met with all the neighbors. They had great positive feedback from the neighbors. Everyone was very supportive of it. The only concerns they had was construction, noise, hours of operation. All of those things we obviously would work with them on once we get to that stage. But as far as the proposal itself, there was no negative feedback, no comments, except support for the project, basically. They also understand, being adjacent to the property, that some of these improvements are long overdue. So with that, I'm happy to take questions and any concerns.
Mr. Nguyen, did you review this? Or would
Yes, we did, Mr. Chairman, and we don't have many comments. There's a couple of minor ones to address. And first, there is a 25-foot front yard setback in that residential district for the parking lot, so they'll have to maintain that. A few adjustments to the dimensions should be able to accomplish that. Show the 22-mile road right-of-way. Lighting details, if there are any proposed lighting improvements, since it is so close to the residents, we wouldn't want that to be a nuisance. Comments, items number 5 through 9 are building and fire code issues that will have to be addressed during this process. And then the engineer has a number of comments, but none of which I think can't be overcome or addressed. It's just a matter of some detailing that would be necessary when they resubmit the plans for signature. But we're supportive of this project as well, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Just a second. The opportunity. To the board, any comments or questions?
I do have questions.
Yes.
So I guess the yellow shaded areas are the additions that you're adding? This is
Yes,
not
I
clear on the
highlighted
site
that
plan?
to show the additions, yes.
Okay, and since you're adding parking and addition, are you providing detention?
We are not at this point. There is some debate. When we got the engineer review letter, they said that we are affecting over an acre. We believe we're less than an acre, and that is something if we need
You will
to,
work
we
with
will
the
propose, but we
township
want to
engineer?
work with the engineer on that, because
Okay.
we do believe we're a little bit under an acre.
And there's a sidewalk ramp, existing sidewalk ramp that ends at existing ditch. So I'm hoping you'll fix that because it just ends right at the ditch.
Right,
So you're gonna provide the sidewalk and connect it to the existing walk.
yes. We're planning to improve all of that, and we're actually going to remove the fence that's on 22 Mile, that barbed wire monstrosity, for lack of a better term, so that's going to go away also.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, sir, did you want to comment?
My name is Julian Bajan. I live just at the other end of the property,
How about an address, please?
48597 Celebrity.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, the yellow areas are the additions to the existing building. Is that correct? Okay, so you're not moving toward me.
No, we're on the other side, and then we're moving.
That was easy. Okay. Anyone else wish to comment? I'll bring it back to the board. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Turner.
I would move to recommend approval of site plan number 18-51 for the Humane Society of Macomb, subject to the submission of a revised site plan addressing all department comments.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Pone?
Yes.
Commissioner Flynn?
Yes.
Commissioner Dalu?
Yes.
Commissioner DeSico?
Yes.
Commissioner Boutros?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, next item is election, our annual election of officers. We have a chair, a vice chair, and secretary positions to elect. I'll take them in that order. The first are their nominations for the position of chair.
Nominate,
Mr.,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Renominate Chairman Moffett.
Is there-
Support.
Moved and supported. Are there other nominations? Other nominations, other nominations? I'll accept the nomination.
Cast a unanimous ballot for however you want to do it.
That's great. Is there support for that?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next item is the position of vice chair.
Mr. Chair, I move to nominate Phil Turner for vice chair.
Moved and supported. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for unanimous ballot by
I
Daley.
accept.
Oh, you didn't have a choice, but that's.
Yeah,
fine.
that's true.
That's nice that you thought you did. Moved by Dalu, support by DeSico. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations. and
Thank you.
And then finally, for the position of secretary,
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to nominate Raquel Moore for secretary.
Support.
moved and supported. Would you accept?
I do.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for unanimous ballot. to be
So
cast.
move.
Moved by Turner, support by DeSico. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Right, the attorney's not shaking his head at me, so I guess I didn't violate anything too poorly.
All good.
Planning director's report.
We had 14 sign applications last month, Mr. Chairman. The next meeting on the 28th, we only have one site plan. That's the reconsideration of the rezoning and the special land use for the property in section 1, the 353 acres for residential PUD.
Oh, that'll be easy.
That's when we put one item on the agenda.
Aye.
Then on the 4th, we're going to have a special meeting for the Consumers Energy proposal. Remember we had that?
Oh, okay.
So that'll be a separate meeting on the 4th. I think I'd sent something out there, but if I didn't, I apologize. And then back to the regular schedule of the 11th and the 25th of February.
Great.
So we'll have 3 meetings in that month. But they've addressed a lot of those concerns, so it should be a much easier meeting.
The consumers folks?
Yes. We had some positive meetings with them.
Very good.
That's all I have.
All right. Mr. Dalu?
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.